Retention and Recruitment in a State Agency. Today I'm joined by the wonderful Tracey Thompson, who used to be head ninja for training and development of both lowland and hunters. Thanks for joining me today, Tracey.
Oh, nice to be here, Chris.
Recruitment, retention, recruitment. You know, they reckon most estate agents turn over 1 in 3 of their colleagues, every single year. We are in a people business. Why are we so crap at retaining people? Is it poor recruitment or what is it? Talk to me.
It's poor recruitment. Quite often, the need is we've got to get somebody in, we've got to get them in quick.
Bum on the seat.
Anybody will do, and they'll pick anybody and they'll put them into the job and they'll invest in a bit of training, a bit of time, and then 6 months into the role, off they go. And they go work at a supermarket or something else because the time hasn't been invested for them. And actually, it's a state agency all over. They'll stick somebody down, put them on the job, expect them to know everything, achieve highly, without actually giving any of them the tools to do the actual job.
That's on the assumption that the person isn't an estate agent when they join you.
Yeah.
What if they are an estate agent?
Well, it's great if they stay. I mean, I would want to know why they've left the previous estate agency first. That would be a really interesting conversation. What are they looking for? I think a lot of people now are looking for a good culture fit. It's not all about the money. It can be flexibility.
Because let's be honest, the vast majority of people that we're talking about here are not area directors. We're talking about negs and valuers, which means that they are late millennials or just a bit before.
Well,
So they're going to have a different outlook on life to those who are more, Gen Xs.
Oh, definitely. But they're looking for culture. They're definitely looking for a good culture fit. Look, Chris, when you and I went into a state agency, it was all white shirts, pinstripe suits, hair extensions. Well, maybe not for you, but it was a very different world to what a state agency is now.
Yeah, I think you're putting it in a much sparkly way. Yes, okay, but yes, the attitude was. I can remember being interviewed. You boys like your bit of metal, which is your car.
Yeah, XR3 I had.
Did
Yeah,
it?
yeah, go faster stripe on it.
Did I have ATT? All times.
I loved my car. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Was that when you were at Hunters with Kevin? Bless him.
yeah, yeah.
There you go.
And I actually bought Keith's Audi off him because I loved Keith's car, so I bought that off him. Yeah, Keith and Kevin, yeah, loved it there. Yeah.
Okay, so how do we get good culture?
By taking, a good culture comes from the top. It comes from understanding your people, understanding what they want. And I'm not talking about letting everybody have what they want, but it's
Unlimited holidays,
Yeah.
avocado on toast. I do actually love avocado on toast.
with
a poached egg.
Yeah, that's right.
With a shed load of Tabasco. I go through a bottle of Tabasco every 10 days.
God.
Yeah, the inside,
Okay.
my insides are not
Yeah.
starved, but there you go.
Yeah, it's not about that. It's about a culture of care. I think the bosses need to care.
Is that the big one? Is that, again, recruitment is almost quite, you just have to pay them. It's keeping them. That's the problem, isn't it? And this is where the culture bit comes in.
Absolutely. So, you can get somebody into an estate agency, you can have taken your time, but if the culture's not right, when they get in there, they'll be on the toes, they'll leave.
Okay, so are we now getting into this? And I know it's not bollocks, but a lot of people watching this will be the values and culture, and it isn't bollocks. But excuse my French, I'm in that sort of mood today. Bit cheeky.
Fine. That's fine, Chris.
Okay. Why do you think most people? And it isn't, by the way. It's not bollocks. Why do you think people call it that?
Who calls it that?
the general masses?
Well, I think we hear what we want to hear.
Yes.
And I think that if you think it is a load of crap, then you will agree with what you hear. But if you don't think it is, maybe their voices aren't as loud. I've come across some fantastic culture since I've been working for myself, and I'm able to pick and choose which agencies I go with. These people care.
So it starts from the top.
Yes.
What if there's a boss watching this saying, I'm getting lots of people, because they always say people leave bosses, they don't leave firms.
That's true.
Okay. And a very good friend of mine who's not in a state agency anymore, she went up to Scotland and she had like a light bulb moment. She was losing staff hand over fist, and then she went to a Sally Lawson training, and then all of a sudden it was like, bing.
That light bulb moment. Yeah.
What does that look like? And it's not, it's about writing your vision down and your values, and what's the link between values and culture? Because
Well, I can link it back to the insights discovery, which I do. And I have had a number of leaders that I've had a light bulb moment and thought, now I know why I'm rubbing people up the wrong way. I know what I'm doing now.
So the insights thing, which is something you do, is where you profile someone at what they're good at, what they're bad at, where their blind spots are. And this comes down to, before we switch the cameras on, you said the most important thing was self-awareness.
Yes. Yes.
So if you've got a problem with retention, because recruitment kind of, you go out for a job, there's always someone out there, but you've got to get the right person. Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's assume the right people are attracted. You then got to keep the buggers.
Yeah.
And they kept here because of great culture. Culture comes from the top. Therefore, if it's coming from the top, it comes down to, you've got to be aware as a boss of how you act with other people. This is where some kind of profiling, like your insights thing, that you specialize in with estate agents. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you look, we're going to do one on me at the end, not on the end of this video, but separately, and we're going to publish it all, and people can have a look. So it's going to be a bit scary. But that's what you're saying, really.
Yeah.
If you're self-aware, you know why you're winding people up and what makes you good and what makes you bad. You can make something different. So therefore, retention
Will happen automatically.
Well, I look forward to doing that video with you in a bit, and I hope you will enjoy it as well, get some insight from it, from the insights.
Yay! Bye-bye.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Chris.